Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're in beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I'm taking the day off from camping and enjoying this beautiful city with the average tourist, Mrs. Sujano. If you are curious about our travels, I'll drop a link to her YouTube channel in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. The weather is not cooperating with us very well at all today, but we're going to make the most of it. So first up, we're talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation with Citra Enhanced, and Citra Enhanced just got a brand new update. So at the time of filming, version 1.3.0 is the latest update. There's a lot of changes here specifically for Android. For example, they've implemented an Adreno GPU boost, and the gamepads can now control the menu. Additionally, there's been a whole bunch of bug fixes and other tweaks. Citra Enhanced is 100% free and open source, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. And yes, I'm in a church. Moving on, and we're talking about Sega, and Sega did not have a very good year. Their profits are down over 86%. They posted a loss for 2023 to 2024. Now, from my understanding, this is not necessarily because of their game performance and sales, but more or less their operating expenses. They have made a lot of cuts across the board, and I'm wondering if more are to come. And on a side note, Sega has a whole bunch of upcoming games that seem like a lot of fun, including the new Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, that weird Sonic Rumble game, and even more. Let me know your thoughts about this entire situation in the comments below. Next up, we're quickly talking about a ROM hack, and it's doomed for the SNES with a lot better audio. It includes MSU1 audio. I'll drop a link to the ROM hack in the description below. This means the game now has CD quality music, and they've replaced the entire track list with the PC version. In my opinion, the audio in this game is a massive upgrade over the original. Next up, this one's a quick one. Over on GitHub, Pokemon Emerald, the Spanish version, has been completely decompiled. I'll drop a link to it in the description below in the event that you're interested in checking it out. And interestingly here, there also appear to be a whole bunch of links to a whole bunch of other Pokemon games that have been decompiled. And speaking about interesting, next up we're talking about Graceborn, which is a Bloodborne-inspired overhaul for Elden Ring. It's a very interesting project. I'll drop a link to the project over on Nexus Mods in the description below, and feel free to check it out. On top of that, if you wanted to see this mod in action, they've got a full YouTube trailer for it, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I guess feel free to check that out as well. Graceborn adds a ton into the game, including gun parrying, no equip load, quick steps when locked on, and even more. I love stuff like this. It completely changes up a game. Next up, we're quickly talking about Anbernic, and Anbernic's brand new handheld has been met with some excitement and also some disappointment. It's the RG40XX H, and it features the H700 chipset. In my opinion here, the form factor looks great, but the chipset on this one is a little bit of a disappointment. I was hoping for something stronger to play even more games. But I am very curious as to your thoughts about the 40XX. Do you like the form factor of it? Do you like the chipset in it? What are your thoughts overall? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about Cooly Skunk, which was a canceled SNES platformer, and it just launched on Kickstarter. Now, this Kickstarter campaign just launched, and it's already 50% funded, and apparently this game is close to, if not already complete. If you are curious with this one and wanted to learn more about it, I'll drop a link to the Kickstarter in the description below, and feel free to check it out. And to be honest with you, I've got no idea on the quality of this game, but the pricing seems to be relatively fair. I mean, for a complete in-box version, it's going to set you back about 38 USD. Next up here, we're quickly talking about Project Plus, which is a community-driven patch for Project M, which is a mod for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And Project Plus just got a brand new update. So at the time of filming, version 3.0.2 is the latest update. There's a whole bunch of tweaks here for characters like Knuckles, Lucas, Sonic, and even more. And there's also some tweaks for some stages. I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and feel free to check it out. And last up here, we're talking about Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64 via FPGA. And apparently for the Mr. FPGA, there's been a patch here to make the game 100% playable and to fix a whole bunch of bugs. If you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to Video Game Esoterica's video in the description below, and feel free to check it out, but there should be no more freezing in Conker. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. I had to relocate a bunch today. It was pouring rain and I think the rain has finally stopped. It's still spitting a little bit, but hopefully it gets a little bit better. Anyways, we talked about a few things today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.